welcome back to another video. So right now I'm actually in Puerto Rico, and when I'm telling you, it feels so peaceful and so good out here. I'm happy to be here and just get away from home. But today's video is going to be me talking about just my journey thus far, starting my business. So I have it all written down here on my phone because I don't have it all written by heart, and what I wrote here was really good, and so I really want to get it verbatim because I took time to write this over a course of time, and so I know if I just go off the head with this stuff, I'm gonna forget some major parts. So without further ado, let's get into this. I hope this video will encourage someone, but nonetheless, my journey thus far, and it all started back in 2022 when God gave me a dream and I was playing the role of Angelica's mom from the Rugrats. What's her name? Cheryl? I think her name is Cheryl. And it was in that where I knew that Bloom, my business, would be big. And also thinking about it a little bit more is also realizing she was a CEO of a mega corporation. And when I remember this day like yesterday, because God, literally when I had the dream, God was telling me for a couple days, look up who she does, like look up who she is, what does she do? And when I did that, that was the confirmation to let me know, oh, this is going to be big, but also I need to step into a certain position as a CEO. Like I need to operate, think, move a certain way. And I'm just now coming to the realization of that. So yeah, there's going to be some changes. But yeah, he had let me know, oh, okay, you know, we're going to be big, right? And also in that, not in that, but also God was letting me know that my business would be the way of financial freedom for me. And so, of course, when you have a business, you're thinking, okay, how you're trying to keep stuff God-centered in a business, but also trying to think on, you know, making revenue and money. So that was a really big struggle for me in that time, trying to figure out how to balance those two things. But he told me that this would be the way of financial freedom for me. And even today, I got a little bit of a revelation about something else, but share about that later. I didn't know what the journey would look like for me because I didn't know how to do anything or even how to do anything. So what I did was, you know, I went on YouTube, I watched videos on how to have a lip gloss business, on what I would need. Of course, when I'm starting this journey, I lacked confidence in myself. I didn't like feeling seen. I really liked to be kind of behind the scenes of things. I felt like the products that I had were not good. Or I just, you know, you just feel like what you have isn't good enough. People aren't going to want it. People aren't going to like it. You're so focused on people, right? I didn't talk about my brand or my business much. I didn't advertise it. I didn't do nothing. It was just a bunch of products sitting on my kitchen table. Literally. A bunch of products, a bunch of materials sitting there doing nothing. Until I ended up being a vendor for our women's conference that same year. And I only did it because a good friend of mine encouraged me to do it. And so I said, you know what? Why not? Let's do it. And that is when I seen the amount of support that I actually had behind me. And that was also the most money I ever made in my business. Just in like the conference was maybe like what, 2 or 3 days? Your girl had made some money that day. Still, I didn't have the confidence in myself, but my confidence did increase a little bit more that day. And that is where things began to start to grow, right? Eventually, I started getting a little bit more creative. I started playing with different fun scents, putting little decals in my lip glosses, trying to get creative with the colors, just trying to step out of the usual norm that I had, but even then, I still was not consistent with my business, right? I didn't like the center of attention, and I felt like my business made me feel seen. That is something I struggle with, feeling seen. I feel like exposed, like everyone is staring at me. makes me internally nervous. But you know, you got to keep going despite what you feel, right? You can't be a hindrance to your own self. I wasn't sure what I was doing, but I had enough hope in me to keep going despite what it looks like for me. Fast forward, 2024. I went to Tiffany Montgomery's Millions Conference, and it was in that moment after the conference where everything began to pivot for me. I remember going back to my hotel that night, and I had so many ideas of things that I can do. My creativity was flowing, girl. When I tell you the creativity juices was juicing, was flowing, it was doing that. And I wrote them all down in this ideas book that I have. I even look back to it to this day and still think, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do all of this. Like, it's going to happen. I wrote it down. What is Habakkuk? Was it 2 and 4 or 2 and 3 says? Write the vision down and make it plain. Oh honey, the stuff that I wrote down is gonna surely come to pass with speed in Jesus' name. All these things began to rise up in me, and so I wrote them down. And when I tell you, it was like a month later, God told me to quit my job. Granted, I was not happy at that job anymore. I was just really stretched out. I just wasn't happy there anymore. So I was ready to go. So when God told me, quit your job, I'm telling you, I did it with no hesitation. No hesitation. I put that notice in the morning I walked in, right? I thought he was really going to do this big one with me for my business. I'm here thinking, yeah, God, I quit my job out of obedience. Let's go. Like, we going to make some money. You about to drop a whole bunch of money in my account. We going to get bloom to flourish instantaneously. No, that was not the case at all for me. When I tell you, I was depleted financially, but I was unable to pay my bills. But in that, God was letting me know that he got me. And so he was giving me the scripture, Matthew chapter 7, verses 7 to 11 at that time. Go look that up and read that at your own time. But he was giving me an assurance. But even in that time, I was not trusting God. I was still anxious. I was worrying about stuff that I didn't need to worry about, despite him letting me know he got me. I did not know how to trust God. Now that I reflect back on that moment, that's real. That's so real. Because if I was really trusting God, I would be so at peace and not caring about a single thing, right? That same week I left my job, my friend, she was having like a birthday party event for a friend, and she asked me to kind of do like a lip gloss class. And I said yes, and I'm thankful for my yes in that, because I'm going to tell you why in a second. When I did that class, another girl that was there, she wanted to use me for an event that she was having. And it was in that moment where I realized how far this can go for me doing these lip gloss classes. Even after that, my friend, she has her own nonprofit, and she started using me a lot for her events. And because she works with younger girls, and the younger girls eat these classes up. When I tell you, they love making lip gloss. Oh my gosh, the girls, they were eating these classes up. They love it so much. And it was really a joy to witness the girls being able to create something and having fun doing it. So we started getting together and we do it. To this day, we still do these classes together for when she hosts various events. I made an e-course on how to make lip gloss, and despite the fact that I didn't make any money off of it, it was something that I wanted to do, and I was happy that I did it. And so even the outcome may have not been ideal, I'm proud of myself for actually doing the one thing that I wanted to do. And I feel like there was even growth, and there was some type of fruit that was born from that, despite not getting any type of financial gain from it. I'm happy I did that. I got tired of seeing myself on social media at one point, and so I started to bring other people in, kind of as brand ambassadors in a sense, so that way it could be fresh faces. Good morning.
Dios te bendiga.
Yeah, I'm good. You good?
¿Dónde está el papá?
An appointment. Doctor appointment.
All right. How's everything? Cool?
Everything's good.
You make it better.
Oh, I make it better?
You always, okay?
Say hello.
Bless you. Hello. I'm Rudy the Great.
We'll say it
Rudy
again.
the Great, because if Alexander was the Great, I am the Great too. Okay?
This is my dad's neighbor.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. See you later. Oh yeah, we started posting to promote the brand, and so even after that, I decided to try to navigate my social media a little bit different. I tried to do more customer reviews, people using the product, packaging order videos, just content like that to try to build trust with people as they come along to know my brand. I went back to posting me a little after that because I am the face of brand, so I wanted people to be able to tie me to the brand, almost like a recognition thing. You know how when you see a certain color, it reminds you of a brand, and it's just you're able to connect the dots. That's what I wanted to do, and so I started to do that. And I tried posting every day. And I wanted people to be able to see the true version of me. Sorry, y'all. As I was saying, I now have a set schedule that God gave me, and it works so much better because it helps me have balance with my business and also developing a structure, not only for my business, but for myself. I need to be able to be disciplined, but also, what's the word? Hold on, I wrote it down. And consistent. Yes, those two are so important for a business, but also for your own self. Even now, as I'm coming towards the end of this video, I am just kind of reflecting back on what my Instagram looked like. If you look back on my Instagram, you will literally see the growth from the years that I first started it up until now, and you'll really start to see the consistency that I began to build from, I would say, November, December last year into current. That's where you really start to see things shift and the consistency come in and the encouragement come in, all these things. And so I just hope to continue to keep that going for myself and for my business. Actually, I know that I will, because I've gotten to a certain place now. I've grown to a certain place, and I'm still always going to be growing. Just look back at my Instagram and I just smile because of the growth that I see for myself, and that's something that I really want people to be able to witness along the journey with me. And I want people to know it's not always perfect. It's not always put together when you first started. This is what it looked like for me, this journey, and it looks like it's all over the place for me, and not knowing what I'm always doing, but this is a process, and I keep moving, and God aligns everything up for me. Things change, they shift, but that is literally what a process is, and you have to keep moving. Do not stop. I'm just a girl with a vision and a whole lot of hope. A whole lot of hope. And I wouldn't trade this for anything. I'm happy I left my job. I'm happy to have went through a lot of the phases and trials and tribulations and all these things I have went through, and still going through. But it's all part of a plan. It's all necessary, and everything will make perfect sense, and God will handle so many of the other things that I'm still believing for him to take care of, because I know that he will. I'm still learning, and I'm still growing. Where I am today is not where I was a year ago, a month ago, a week ago, not even yesterday. But I am Bloom.